All right, let's jump right in. We're talking about what is, without a doubt, one of the biggest opportunities out there right now: building your own AI agents. And no, this isn't just another tech trend. This is a massive shift, and you can get in on the ground floor.
I want to start with this quote because it just hits the nail on the head. That whole idea of AI being some far off sci fi thing, yeah, that's over. It's here. Big companies are throwing billions at this stuff. And if you're not paying attention, the gap between you and everyone else is going to get real wide, real fast. The stakes are definitely high.
So that brings us to the big question, right? It's cool to talk about AI, but how can you, someone who isn't a coder, actually build something with it? Well, guess what? That's exactly what we're going to break down. There is a clear path forward. And trust me, you do not need a computer science degree to walk it.
Okay, so to really get what an AI agent is, we first have to understand what it isn't. We've got to draw a line in the sand between old school automation and a true AI agent. They might sound like the same thing, but honestly, they're not even in the same league.
Think about traditional automation as a very, very obedient robot that's, well, kind of dumb. You give it a strict set of rules and it follows them perfectly. If A happens, then do B. That's all it knows. It can't think for itself, it can't adapt, and it definitely can't handle anything unexpected.
So, here's what that looks like in the real world. Imagine you have an online store and you sell shoes and shirts. With basic automation, an order comes in, that's your trigger, and the system just follows one simple rule. Tell the order department something happened. It has no clue if it's a shoe or a shirt. It just does its one programmed task. And this, right here, is the game changer. We're moving from a simple tool to what is essentially a digital employee. Automation is like a hammer. It does one thing, and it does it well. An AI agent, on the other hand, it has a brain. It doesn't just follow a rulebook. It looks at a situation, it analyzes it, makes a decision, and then it acts. So, let's go back to our store. That same order comes in. But this time, something new happens in the middle. The AI action, the brain, kicks in. It actually reads the order and understands it. Oh, okay, this is a shoe order, and based on that, it makes a smart decision. I should send this to the shoe department. See the difference? It's a much, much smarter outcome. So you're probably wondering, how do we actually build these agents that have brains? Well, you need a workspace, a kind of digital workbench. And the one we're going to talk about today is called N8. N, the absolute best way to think about N8N is like a box of digital Lego blocks. It's all visual. You're not writing lines of code. You're just dragging and connecting these blocks together to build a workflow. It takes something that sounds super complex and makes it feel, well, kind of like playing with Legos. Now, why this tool specifically? A few big reasons. First, it's way more flexible and powerful than a lot of other options. You can even drop in custom code if you really want to get fancy. But the biggest deal, especially if you're just starting out, is the cost. You can self-host it, which basically means you can run it yourself for a tiny, tiny fraction of what you'd pay for other platforms. Now, to start building an NN, you honestly only need to get your head around one core idea. It's the fundamental piece of everything you're going to create, and that concept is called nodes. Yep, these are your digital Lego blocks. You've got your trigger node, that's the doorbell that kicks everything off. You have an action node, which, does something, like send an email. The utility node is for logic, like a simple if this, then that. And then you have the agent node. This, my friends, is the secret sauce. This is the brain. This is what connects your simple workflow to a powerhouse AI like GPT-4. Okay, enough theory. Let's see how these blocks actually snap together to make something real. We're going to look at 2 examples of digital employees that you could build, like right now, to handle real-world tasks. First up, the Smart Email Assistant. Imagine an agent that reads every single email that hits your inbox. It figures out if it's a customer question or a new order. Then it writes a perfect, personalized reply for each one and just pops it into your drafts folder, all ready for you to give it a quick once-over and hit send. So let's be super clear about what's happening here. You're not just automating a task. You are automating an entire role. This agent is doing the work of a dedicated assistant who you would otherwise have to hire to manage your inbox. That's huge. Okay, for our second example, let's look at something a small business owner would love: an automated inventory system that you can actually talk to. Here's our starting point: a dead simple inventory spreadsheet for a phone accessory shop. Now, pay close attention to the quantity for covers. You can see it's at 150. Remember that number.
Now, instead of opening that spreadsheet, finding the right row, and manually typing in a new number, look what the shop owner does. They just send a simple chat message to their AI agent, just like they're texting a friend. No forms, no logins, just plain English.
And boom, look at that. The agent understood the message, it knew covers was the product, it did the math, and it instantly updated the inventory. The quantity for covers is now 350. It's accurate, it's immediate, and it was completely effortless.
And how many clicks did it take for the shop owner to do all that? 0. That's what we mean when we talk about going from automation to real autonomy. A tedious, annoying task just became a simple conversation. So that brings us right back to you. Now that you've seen what's possible, what's that one tedious, time-consuming, just plain boring task in your life or your business that you would hand over to your very first digital employee? The tools are here, they're ready to go. The only thing left is to decide what you want to build.